Hey everybody, what's up? This is NerdFan16, and I just came back from seeing Wolverine. That's the teaser poster. That's kind of one of my favorite ones so far. If you ever seen any of the promotions for it, the teaser posters they had later in the year, early in the year, was pretty cool. But enough about that. Here's what I got. I got to see the 3D showing again. Didn't really want to, but it was the only available early one. What I think. It was actually a pretty good standalone Logan story. I haven't read that many X-Men books. When I'm told that it was a Frank Miller story, like a mini series he did like in the early, I want to say 90s, late 80s kind of thing, before he went batshit crazy. I don't know. Non-spoiler thoughts. It's a pretty decent movie. It's a very more darker and personal, and it's a kickoff after X3. So if you hated that movie, this is definitely a great pick me up after it. And it does set up Days of Future Past in a pretty cool way, which I'm gonna get into in the spoiler section now. So, like I said in the Iron Man 3 review, leave right now. I'm gonna try to spoil as much as I can remember because again, I just literally came back from the theater like an hour ago. So for everyone who's stuck here and really wanted to know what happened and probably can't make it, yeah, the setup of the story is that again, like the miniseries that it's based on, he goes to Japan to pretty much see an old friend that he kind of helped out in World War II. One of the Japan enemies, he saved his life during the bombing of Nagasaki. Yeah, fictionally speaking, of course. That subplot, which was obviously the main reason this movie was around, was a pretty good thing. I did like the flashbacks with him still in the bone claws. It looked pretty cool. It was a very human kind of emotion he was giving to the guy, and I think that's what a lot of people have been saying about it. The rest of the movie, he somehow loses his immortality. That's not really the case. They kind of had they were trying to suppress it a little with some biotech from the villain in the movie, Viper. She is not a mutant in the actual comic, from what I'm told. She's actually an Avengers Hydra kind of villain that got rewritten as a mutant. It really wasn't helping me out. Because when I was seeing the funeral scene that you see in the trailers, she had that obvious face, I fucking did it kind of face. It was really? But it didn't really drag me down the most. What I liked was actually a lot of stuff in the middle of the movie, like you said, like you saw in the trailers, he was doing a really cool over the top fight in the bullet trains in Tokyo. That had no soundtrack whatsoever. It hands down was one of the top notch fights that you would see in this movie. Right up there with the early stuff, when he's trying to just shred everybody and get the hell out of there. It was kind of cool. What do I say about the third act? It was a good act. It just fell apart pretty quick. So yeah. Before I get to that, let me get to his love interest was Makio. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. I didn't read the book. My bad. I am aware of this character. I think she was briefly touched on in the '90s story, in the '90s animation storyline. And I think that was a little fudge then. I don't know, but I'm aware of who this person is. And I really liked, there are small little quiet scenes when they're just trying to, stay hidden and just go out and to Nagasaki now and just see how much has changed, and Logan just giving a more expansive story of that event, and him basically helping her grandfather out. My thoughts on Silver Samurai. He was a final boss, but he was kind of useful in a dream, because in the movie he had a lot of dreams with him and Jean. They were supposed to be like nightmare sequences, and they were. They were freaking him out, pretty much making him regret a lot of his decisions that he did in the third movie. And it really showed. It showed like a lot of the fear he had, just being not just that kind of event, but like past wars and stuff like that. Because what I'm believing in the comic is like he's a lot older than you are probably thinking right now. I don't know. They never really did a full-on origin, and if they did, please let me know, because I actually am kind of interested in reading that now, and his Japan adventures. His fight scenes alone, along with everybody else, they did a pretty good job. Viper had a really cool way out, with her neck getting snapped and shit. But again, it wasn't really necessary for her to be a mutant, like, at all. But I don't know if they were going to use her as any plot tool for any later Avenger stories, but I don't know. I'm not a big comic guy. I just know what I know. So, yeah. Trailers. I got, for my first trailer, it was another Elysium trailer. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that, and I might do a vlog on that as well. And for this particular one, they added more scenes, I think, on their second trailer, which was kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that movie. It looks pretty nice. Ronin 47, in Japanese, that's Samurai 47. That's a Keanu Reeves movie. Wow. He still looks like Neo the One, just with a beard now. I don't know. His fight, from what I could tell of the trailer, is going to be very traditional Japanese kind of thing. That's kind of a good, tone they're trying to bring back here for the summer movies. And I haven't really seen that in a while. First with Pacific Rim, now with Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, having that kind of like subgenre flow come back in here is pretty cool. It's for me and a lot of other guys who sat through like actual traditional samurai movies, and that's what I'm trying to say here. Now we're at my final thoughts. It feels like a modern kind of samurai-ish movie, because that was pretty much the tone of the book. And again, from what I'm told, and it does kind of feel like it, like just the traditional like scenes, like keeping it very authentic, and having it in a location like in Japan was pretty cool. Hugh Jackman did a pretty good job as Wolverine, as always. I mean, he's been the guy for like 10 years. He's got it nailed down at this point. So the teaser they gave for Days of Future Past was pretty cool. It took place 2 years after this movie. He came back from Japan. He's doing like a bag check at like a TSA kind of guys, and all of a sudden everything just stops, and then freaking Magneto shows up, and he's straight up like, he still has the bone claws, and he's like, "Fuck you, what do you want?" I'm not gonna get into more on that. Yeah. Also, Silver Samurai. Probably I should explain this. He kind of caused him to go back into bone claws through the plot reasons, and it was nice seeing a mix of that and the adamantium again. And the claws themselves were pretty cool, both CG and prosthetic, or whatever they use in the movies. They look pretty good as always, and yeah, that's my overall thoughts. I like the Japanese cast. They did a pretty good job. The movie's nice. I honestly can't wait to see Days of Future Past, because aside from that heavy spoiler I gave you, there is a lot more than what I just told you. So, yeah. This is NerfN16 saying this was a good movie, and go see it. And try to get the 2D, because I'm just getting bad luck getting 3D showings. I don't know. Later.